Okay, I'm gonna start my makeup routine, but with my eyes, and I'm going to use this light linen color and this this 3D brush, and I'm using the tapered end here. So I'm going to okay, I'm just going to prime my eye with this and get a light coat on my eyelid so that there's like a blank canvas to add the eyeshadow. I start with just a moisturizer, like a sunscreen moisturizer on my face, but I do not start with a primer. I think that the best way to apply this makeup is just on a clean, moisturized face. Okay, so there, my eyes are primed and ready to go. And now I'm gonna take Cupcake, this light cream color, and I'm just going to dust that over my that highlight that I used to kind of prime my lid, and this kind of like locks it into place and gives just a nice even color. Okay, and then I'm going to take this color here, Basic, and I'm just going to work that into the corner of my eye and then kind of blend it into my crease and lifting my eye so it gets on my up on my brow bone, so when my eyes are open that you can kind of see the color. And the key here is just to blend and make sure everything's nice and blended out. Okay, now I'm going to take Philly here and I'm going to just tap that in and tap off any excess. And I'm just going to work that into the corner of my eye and kind of deepen this color here. And blend it. And I always like to clean up underneath on the corners here with, I use a Perfector sponge. I think it's the best, but there's other sponges you can use as well. And just kind of clean up that area. Just line my eye with that Philly as well. And you can line your waterline if you like also. And I'll add extra oh my gosh, can I talk? And I'll add underneath my eye too some shadow after I do my face. So just lining both sides. Okay, now my eyes are done. Basically done. I'm going to move on to my face. I'm going into my darkest color here, and I'm going with this kind of rounder, flat, like fatter end, and I'm tapping it into my main color, Sandy, and then I'm just going to apply it to my cheek in a light, nice coat, my cheek, my face, and I'm gonna apply it kind of everywhere except for under, maybe a tiny bit under my eyes, but I'm not focusing a ton under my eyes, just kind of a light area, light covering all over. And after I have kind of that evened out light coat, and I'm using very little product because I'm gonna go in and clean things up and add more where I need, but this kind of just evens everything out, and you just wanna start really light. This makeup is highly pigmented, has, if you cake it on, you're gonna look cakey, and it's gonna look wrong. It's gonna look like textury on your skin. Okay, so now that I have this light coat, I'm gonna go where I need more, where I have like age spots and discoloration in my skin. If I had like, you know, acne or breakouts or whatever. So, okay, see what's left? I'll kind of put under my eye, but again, I'm not focusing there because I'm going to go in with a lighter color. So, okay, I'm gonna flip this brush, and with this tapered end, I'm gonna go in with this medium shade I have, Candlelit, and I'm just going to lightly go underneath my eyes. And you wanna use the least amount of product as possible under your eyes, because this area tends to just crease, since when we talk, we have a lot of movement in our eye area, and it's just a really thin skin down there. So, and I'm applying in kind of like a pie shape, like I start at the corner and then just kind of fan it out. And that way it's not just focused right under my eye. Okay, and then I'm gonna take what's left, or dip a little bit more and go down the center of my face here. So kind of fan it out up here on my forehead, and then go down my nose. You can see my lip here, and then my chin. So kind of down the center of my face and the side of my nose too. Really wherever you want brighter colors. Okay, now I'm gonna go on the very brightest, this linen color that I started with, and I'm using that same brush, and I'm just kind of going into the corner of my eye, and that will just kind of, and then the outer corner. And that kind of just gives you that boost. If you have 3 shades of highlight, this is how I like to use it. I like to have 3. It's not necessary, but that's kind of how I do it. And then anywhere where I feel like I have like I have a little kind of a pocket from the bags under my eyes, I like to kind of, you know, add a little brightening to kind of take that away. Okay, so then, sorry, I can't see myself if I look into the camera, so I keep looking over. I know annoying, it's annoying me. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this olive contour, and I'm using this fatter end again, and I'm just tapping it in, and then I'm gonna start at the corner of my ear here, and I go to the corner of my mouth, but you don't wanna go all the way in, more like 2 finger widths away, and you wanna go high enough that it's just pushing into your cheekbone. So you're giving it like a hug here, and you're just pressing it in like a little bit of a semicircle here. And you're just giving yourself that extra dimension. Same on this side. And the beauty of the cream makeup is you can kind of clean up any areas that need it. So you can kind of make this more snatched, like a real defined contoured look, or you can leave it kind of more blended out. And I just, as I go, I always am blending. That's the key with, I think, any makeup, but especially our makeup, you just want to blend. So I'm taking it in my hairline and bringing it down and to this contour line, so around here, and then underneath my jaw and down my neck a little, just to, there's already a natural shadow here, and you're just kind of defining that jawline. Okay, so now I'm going to take the same side of the brush. So the great thing about this product is it doesn't really transfer. You can kind of dip it in other colors and it won't transfer if you want. I always have a towel next to my makeup and I just kind of wipe it off in between. So I'm going into Hollywood here and I'm just tapping it in again and just tapping it above that contour line and smiling kind of into the cheek here and just giving myself a little color. You can also take that color. Well, if you want, you can take the contour again. Oh, I forgot to do my nose, you guys. Oh, okay. So I'm going to take the tapered end and I'm going to do my nose. So I'm just going to kind of pinch it and I'm starting at my brows and I'm going to drag that kind of down and the straight line on the side of my nose here. Okay, and bring it together at the end. Okay, I can also take that same and kind of line along my lips. And I just kind of like, it's more contouring. So it's going underneath and then you can kind of do it on top too. Okay. So I don't like a super severe lipstick look, but this is just kind of an easy one. So then I take that same lip and cheek that I used at Hollywood and I'm just putting it onto my lips to give it a little color. Okay. All right, then I'm going in fat end again, and I'm just tapping it into the bronzer, and I'm just going to go kind of where, starting on my cheeks, like the top of my cheekbones, kind of where, and into this area. I like doing it on top of the blush. It kind of like deepens the blush without giving it like too much, like it just makes it look, I don't know, like you got a tan and you have like a good, it feels like you have a tan and you have like a good amount of like rouge in your cheeks. Okay, so, and then I kind of do it anywhere the contour and the highlight kind of meet up. You can do it across your nose if you want that look, and then down your neck. I always like to do my neck because I like to have a darker neck than face. So that's where I add it. Okay, now if you want to just kind of reinforce that contour line, you can go back into this medium shade and just kind of clean this area up. Just like right under. So that's gonna kind of just add a little bit more of a dramatic look if you want it. It's totally up to you. That's the great thing about this makeup is you can kind of, it's really in your hands. Like how some people love a really like contoured look. Some people want just a super soft look. I mean, it's totally in your hands how you want it to go. That eyeshadow underneath my eyes. And I'm just lightly like smudging it kind of under my lash line. And then kind of bringing it up in the corners. I'll add a little bit of that darker color right in the end and bring it up. Kind of like a fake liner or like a wing liner. Okay, now I'm almost done, and I'm going to add some Illuminator to the top of my cheekbones here. And this just adds that like kind of glowy finish that's just super pretty. And then in the inner corner of my eye and underneath my brow bone here. And then I'm going to set my makeup with setting powder. So I'm going to take this fatter end. I don't know why I keep calling it fatter end. Just the rounder end, I guess. And I'm going to put it into my setting powder. I'm just going to rub it in. And then I'm just going to press it into the areas where I added that highlight, that main highlight color. So that this will just help my makeup to stay all day, and it helps it to you know, like not be as shiny if you tend to shine. And this makeup, since it's cream based, it feels a little tacky at the beginning because you're not used to it. So this kind of helps with that feeling. So just anywhere you kind of you want to set, but I would avoid like anywhere you've done contour. And I'm going to go back into and just add a tiny bit more blush just as a finishing touch on my cheeks. And I can add some of that Illuminator on my Cupid's bow here. You can add it on like the center of your lip too. So that's it. I don't usually ever put powder underneath my eyes because I don't want that powdery look. I'm going for that second skin look, which the cream does a great job doing. The powder doesn't totally like give you a powdery look everywhere else. For some reason, it just sets the makeup without like making you look powdery. But under the eyes, you want as little product as possible. So if you got too much and it's hard to gauge at the beginning, you just can tap. If you ever see any kind of buildup of product, which once a day you might see that, especially when you're first using this product, and just tap it out and you're good.